everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the Voidtrain. So I got a few things I need to go over here, like this little fella. Little fella, look at him. Anyway, I don't really know anything about him yet. Okay, so something I'm a little embarrassed to admit this, that I didn't know, but it's not really my fault because it's something I really hate. Meaning exclusivity of games to certain platforms and stuff like that. So this game actually was released over a year and a half ago on Epic Games. And I didn't know that because I'm a Steam person, you know, I play games on Steam whenever I can. So when I saw it, I got it, I was all excited. The reason I found out was I was going and looking for information on the game. And I saw stuff from 2021. And I'm like, what? But then the other thing I found out, which is even more important, was I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Nothing I saw from the Epic Games release jives with the Steam release. Come to find out, the whole, like, most of the wiki, or all of the wiki, is built on the Epic Games release. And I'm looking at it going, this isn't right. None of, wikis are rarely wrong when it comes to video games. It's totally different, right? So that's that. I wanted to say that. And this weekend, I'm recording this on a Sunday. You'll probably see this on a Thursday because I skipped 2 days. But anyway, I went through, we'll just call them the tracks, like from depot to depot. I went through 2 of them since the last episode. Mainly because nothing really was going on. I was collecting resources, right? And advancing my research table. So I'm up to phase 18, and allegedly there's around 31 of these phases. Okay, some of these really expensive. I just completed this one, this gatherer station for Rafalimo or whatever his name is, but I'm on phase 18. Was trying to get better stuff. This right here is that gatherer station. So that little dude I picked up, apparently he'll sit here. And as long as I'm moving, right? If I'm moving, I think it might say in here, if I'm moving and his happiness is fine, he might collect stuff in the void, like 10% chance of scrap metal, 35 of wood and chemicals, 65 of zinc, and 95 of organics and ice, which these are the least amount of stuff that I want. The most is, well, really all the other 3, honestly. But scrap metal, that's what I go after a lot. Anyway, so I've been collecting stuff. I did get to a level 2 container, which allows for 6 spots. So I've got, finally, I think just in the last little bit, I've been able to collect zinc out there. And I thought it was going to be very rare, but you can see I've got 40 there, and I've got some more here. I melted all my scrap down, and this is what I was left with after doing all my upgrades. I even made some steel bars, and then in the copper I made brass bars. A lot of things have gone to brass, and I'll tell you what I'm being held up with, and it's this: wood and charcoal and the stupid coal they give you. Those coal things only give you 3 chunks, right? Which is about equal to 3 charcoal logs. And I'm running, like, this stuff, look, it's nothing in there. 2 regular logs in there. This thing can only use coal, and it can only use charcoal. It can't use regular wood. This can use regular wood. Level 2 lab can only use charcoal or coal as well. The level 1 can still use wood. So I just cleared this area here, and this is where I found, there he is down there. I found this little guy. So he's like a little partner, but you got to feed him and stuff and whatever. He was stuck back in this building back here in amber, and I took it out and I threw it in here, and it opened him up. And then, yeah, so that's that. I just wanted to do that, and I think he's gonna jump on. I don't know. I don't know. It's really weird. It says pick him up, do this, do that. I don't know. Now, as long as my thing is now, I don't know if you could see there, but it's cut off at the door. See that? All that got cut off. I was standing back here, and the door slammed, and something pulled me into the next area. So the cool thing about this is we're on past 7, so you can see. The cool thing about this is I can push forward, and I've got a lot more range. Yeah, look, oh, I guess he's spawning in. Okay. I see. I didn't know what to expect. Now that doucher, I don't know where I left off before, but now we got this guy, right? And he's a real jerk. You want to kill him because I think that he'll attack me. But so far, since I've seen him, there's only been one through the whole track area. And once I kill him, he doesn't come back. The other thing is now there's mines, not just those exploding things like I shot there, but there's 2 different types of mines that appear out on the track. One's magnetic, and one is like, you know, they look like those underwater mines from World War II with the spikies on them. So I just got to keep an eye out up here for that stuff. So I didn't really want to show too much more of this like resource gathering because I'm telling you guys, there's so much required that I can't miss a piece. I have to collect everything, and it's a very slow process. And I just been doing it, you know, chilling, relaxing, and doing it, and it's not that big of a deal, you know, that I'm not wasting your guys' time. But it was important because of that dude and all this other stuff that I made a video now. See, oh, he's here. Look at little fella. But you see, it says pause, take the break off. So he'll collect, I guess, when we're moving. Now, check this out. So this stuff, just go through that stuff so fast. But look at this. So these are shotguns, both shotguns. Fast heater and the pain cashback. Those are 2 shotguns. This was my original gun, but I messed it up, you guys. I changed the barrel on it, and you guys probably saw me do that, but I changed the barrel based off of like damage and a little reduction maybe in fire rate. But it went to a 2-round burst, and it's terrible now. So I need to find a barrel to replace that. And then this one here, it almost acts as a kind of like a sniper rifle. It's slow firing, but it's got like better range and stuff. I don't know. So that's that. I'm saving that magazine for some reason. And then I got these 2 guns. Now, this gun here I was using, it's kind of like an SMG, even though they all look alike. Guess what? At the last, not the depot, but that little intermittent thingy, I actually got killed. I died. And maybe luckily that like I was there, because when I died, I was over on the, you know, the platform. I wasn't paying attention to my health, and they were blasting me. It was very small, and that gun was not doing that much damage. Anyway, I respawned here, like on my train, and I just ran up, jumped back, and then it showed like a skull where you die, and all my stuff was laying on the ground, including my grappling hook, my suit, my backpack, my gun. Everything hits the ground. So that was the thing. Now, I want to kill this guy, but it's important, these things that I tell you that I figured out. And that's zinc right there. Zinc is actually really easy to see. I'm going to keep my gun in my hand just in case. I almost never just use my gun anymore. I mean, I always use the grappling hook when I'm out here. I felt like when I was out here when he was alive, he came after me. I felt that, so I usually try and kill him before I swim around like this, but since you guys are here, I figured I'd chance it. So I did die once, but there's something important that I learned in reading through the wiki. Something really important, and I think that you see that you can kind of see an island out there. See that? Oh, he eats those fish. Dude, that guy's got to be close to death, man. Anyway, you see those islands over there? Apparently, there's something called a winch and these ring thingies. At some point, we're going to unlock a winch and some ring thingies. It describes being able to get farther away and getting over to islands, and I guess I'll be able to collect stuff. So there's gonna be like a whole different level going on here, not just me swimming from the train. And there's arena battles and stuff. So there's a lot going on, and I'm telling you guys, this version, the Steam version, is a lot different than the Epic Game Store. They not only moved like around when you get stuff. That was one of the big. Is that him? Is he dead? Now he is. Thank goodness. Jeez Louise, Papa Cheese. I'm too far out. But you see how he's out there with that debris? At some point, I'm going to be able to like shoot a ring or a winch to a rock, and then another rock down there. You can go like there's an see that down there. There's an island. It talked about these. I don't know. It's called it some kind of island where you could see the trees and stuff. So I'm guessing I'm going to be able to get over to those things at some point, and hopefully at that point I will be able to collect more resources, because my goodness, it's taken a long time. I found at different times it's different things, but most of the time, man, I am battling with either wood, something to burn and melt my resources as needed, because both of the labs table need it and both of the smelters need it. And holy cow, some of these next level things, I have to make something on lab 1, right? And then I have to use that to make something on lab 2. And then I have to smelt things on smelter 1 and smelt things on smelter 2, and then combine all of those to make something. So the burning of stuff is really, really a pain in the butt. Like, really a pain in the butt. Let's get a move on. And then I think since I made this locomotive, I hadn't taken off, but look, I can do that, and it moves at this speed, and it doesn't burn anything. At slow, it doesn't burn anything, which is good. I mean, I can bump it up, and you see it start to burn in the water. And then you can also stop it here if you want. It's just like hitting the brake. So that's a thing. Pretty cool. Yeah. So I think I covered everything. But, all my smelting is done back here. So I added this guy. I was able to add it in between and to just push that cart back instead of me moving everything, from the cart, which that was kind of you guys got to see that. That was kind of a nightmare. Anyway, so that works out cool if you don't want to, I was worried about using that steam engine and burning through all that stuff, but if you don't speed it up, then it works just like the trolley thingy, so that's cool. Now, when I just like the last technology upgrade I was doing in the research table, it said what I thought was an extension. I thought it was going to be an extension for this thingy. See that? This stretches my cable out. Whoa. Not that good that time. You see, I'm already almost at the end of it. Oh, it's not going to get me there. Okay. Anyway, so I thought it was going to give me a longer version of this, but it was something called a winch extension. Well, they gave me a mod, a winch extension, before I even have the winch unlocked. I spent some time on the wiki trying to figure out what... I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't called winch, this is called grappling hook. I'm like, then what's the winch? It's like, oh, well, you've got to go through a certain amount of gates before you can get the winch. And the winch and the rings, I think, come at the same time, and that's what supposedly is going to allow me to either go down to like that island down there, or the trees there, or possibly out there. I don't know, but it's interesting. It's like almost like a real big dynamic shift in game mechanics. It's almost like it'd be reinvigorating, like, to your game. Now, suppose if he grabs something. Oh, yeah, he had some zinc in there. He had some zinc in there, dude. Look at that, 6 more zinc. So I kind of got, right now I got a basic layout, right? So I got the zincs in here and scrap here. When this scrap is full and both of these zincs are full, and then my wood is these 2 here, which once those get filled up, this is what I was doing. I was stopping, like, say right here, and I would just get everything melting that I wanted. I would look and see what like where I was at here. Usually this is really low. I just did all this at that last depot. And then I'll advance again. What that does, 2 things. It lets me build up the ingots, number 1. And number 2, it frees up space for me to put more stuff. So up here, I moved these once I started making those container number 2s. I moved these up because I didn't want to get rid of them. Ice, Bidens, and ice. So I have 5 Bidens here. It's like, so if you take like the ice, I don't remember exactly how much it is. It's not as much as you would think. And convert it to the Bidens, right? The water Biden. It is, oh, that's why I stopped doing it. 3 ice, but an unstable chemical, right? Well, when it comes to a lot of the resources now, these things, these chemicals, in this form and in the unstable chemical form, yeah, there's a lot of usage for it. So, I mean, I can just eat this ice if I want, you know. But right now, I figured, I don't know, I'll at least have this kind of stuff full. And, oh, you know what? I do it like that, even though I stopped it there. So you got to look ahead now because, oh, what the heck? I must have hit reverse. Is there a reversing? Oh, switch direction. Okay. I don't ever hit that, so the first time I did, I messed up, and you guys were here to witness it. Nice! Well, that's cool. I mean, look, I don't know how much that little fella's going to collect before I have to feed him, and allegedly he likes some kind of mushrooms which don't exist in my game yet. So, we'll see. We'll see how he works out. I was concerned about the zinc, though, because when I got the first piece, and it wasn't that long ago, it says something like, very rare Bleebler blue piece. I'm like, oh, great. Everything's taking zinc now, you know? Now I've got more, I get more zinc than I do, almost get more zinc than I do scrap, which is interesting. And there's almost nothing. Did I say that that little guy eats mushrooms? I thought he was going to eat all the other stuff that I had. And so I figured, oh, I'll just let him eat the ice. He doesn't eat that stuff. Oh, he wouldn't let me hand it to him, you know? He wouldn't let me hand him the ice or the organics, which is interesting. So now instead of, I was passing up on the ice and the organics toward the end, you know? Like toward... I've seen some of these things like that would take off so far away. But then, I always thought there was only 4, but there was six things that came out of that. There's a leech on my thingy. What? Leech, go away. Don't come back another day. So, those games I talked to you guys about, a lot of the games where I'm like, oh, this would be a good streaming game because there's a lot of grinding needed. Well, I also like, I don't always get a chance on games like that to where maybe it's late in the day, I got a bunch of stuff done. Instead of sitting here watching a movie or watching YouTube, I'll hop in here. But what I found was knowing that I need to get from one station to another before I save it and exit the game. Yeah, last night I was in here for 4 hours, and I think Friday night I was in here for at least 2 to 3, and I really haven't advanced that much. I mean, you can see how long the train is. I think I've increased it 2 things since you guys saw it last. two little platforms, out of necessity actually, because that his little gatherer's hut. It's the first building I could put on here, and it needed its own platform with nothing on it. So I just put that one on. The other one I put down because I could, and I needed space for more chests. All right, okay. Now you probably can't see them, but right there, there. They're all mines. I'll push up there so you guys can see them. Now these are the, like, you have to run into these ones, I think. And the other ones look like kind of like a flying saucer with a light in the middle. I think those ones are magnetic. So if you get too close, they'll probably suck onto the train. And I don't want to know what happens. Like, if the train blows up. I don't know what, well, I don't want to know what happens, but it's possible that could happen. Oh, by the way, this thing, when you're moving up here, this light, I don't know if you can tell, but like that, see right there across the rock, look how dark that rock is and how light these are. Look at that. That's my light on the train. So right now, you see how bright those things? Oh, shoot. I know I could shoot it, but. And then the light goes out. Isn't that cool how bright it gets? So these guys, you know, you've seen those old World War II minesweeper. Oh, they're you know. Anyway, you just shoot them. It's just another thing to kind of, so you can't just, I don't know, let the thing go at free will. You got to pay attention to the tracks. You know, it's funny. It talks about range with this gun, right? Feels like it's got kind of unlimited range. If I can see a mine down there, I can shoot a mine down there. I'm actually really enjoying the game. Look, I still am in the school of, I appreciate games where there is a console commands, right? Where you can, you know, cheat your way into some stuff. But I also get tired of those games quickly because there's no challenge in it. So I appreciate games like this. I don't know if there's, I doubt there's commands, but I haven't looked. Because I don't really want to look, because it ruins the experience for me. It definitely did with Minecraft. I know you guys, most of you guys are probably like, what are you talking about, man? That's what makes it fun. Who wants to actually play the game, you know? The grind of it is, it can get monotonous, it can get frustrating, but it's also rewarding, you know? It's like, wow, I just had a good run there, or whatever. All right, see if he collected anything. Scrap metal and ice. Okay. All right, so put that in there. Put that in there. Put the wood in there. Leather in there. And this is my food down here. I guess I can put that in there. Put that in there. And I'll go ahead and fill the ice back up, and then I can just eat whatever ice. So I think this one here, oh no, this one here is kind of an overflow of weird stuff. Like if I have extra gears, or I made too many things, or I need to dump stuff, that's what I was using this container for right here. What this game needs more of, at least right now in my opinion, and things could change as I move forward, but I think it needs more coal. More coal chunks out here for me to get. You find a coal chunk, which is pretty rare. You might find 2 to 3 through a whole track, right? It gives you 3 coal when you crush it down. That's not that many. That's nothing. The amount of stuff that I have to melt down, it's crazy. Oh, missed that back there. I wish there was like a burst mode. Like I could just like, I'm actually fast swimming right now. I always am sprint swimming, but sometimes it's not fast enough. You definitely get hung up on the train. I found if you go high or low over the train, it'll pull your okay, there's a coal chunk right there, right? This guy. Problem is, you see when it might be, see, like that island down there we're supposed to be able to get to. Oh shoot, oh shoot. Oh, I forgot about the mines. I didn't want to test, oh, give me my gun. Okay, I guess maybe these are the magnetic ones and the other ones aren't. I never got that close before, you guys. That could have been silly. There's a lot of them. A lot of mines. But it keeps you honest. So my goal of playing this episode was, one, to, you know, I don't want to get too far ahead. I know some people don't mind the grind, but some... See, that's an ice chunk there now. That is not... I don't need any ice chunks. There's ice floating everywhere. There's not coal floating everywhere. So why give me ice chunks? Anyway... I didn't want to get too far ahead, right? One. And I wanted to show where the train was at and that little guy because I didn't know what he was or wasn't going to do. And I need to push forward to more depots in order to unlock these rings and this winch. Because it's not unlocked via... Well, it could... One of the upgrades was unlocked through the research table. Look how far back that thing is staying back there. It's almost like it knows something that I don't. All right. A little bit of scrap and a little bit of wood and a little bit of that. This just, you know, I'm a little weird when it comes to the organization. This is part of the fun for me, is keeping organized. So don't hate. Don't hate. Create. I did get on a good routine where, like, say I would see that thing right there. I would stand back there past the break and go by it, and then it would give me a nice wide area to search. But with the with those things, you got to be careful. You do. In the last couple, I've actually cleared the zone of them, I think, and then at least for a while I was safe. Then they came back in a different form. So like this, where's that thing at? That thing right there. So figured if I let it get to about here, right, then I have all that stuff up there, anything I may have missed behind me. It's usually I don't get far enough forward, you know, to get stuff. No, not that one. All right. Oh, the hammer reload! The hammer reload! I'm close enough to pick up stuff and I still use my grappling hook. I just like the sound of it. I can't get everything, but I get most things, and especially like right now, well, I'll show you. It's like, it's important to research things as fast as you can, right? It's important to research things to unlock whatever's next, especially if it actually is 31. If there's 31 research things and I'm only at 18, it's a lot. They're pretty expensive now. And I think I understand what they meant by tedious in some of the reviews. What I'm finding is, like I said, when I have to make something now, I have to melt something on Smelter 1 and 2. I have to make something on Lab 1 and 2, and then make something on Workbench 1, and then combine it all on Workbench 2. It is pretty complicated. Anyway, I can't pick this up right now because I have something, so there it is again. Lumpo. Oh, it switched. I don't want it to switch. I want the coal. I didn't realize it switched. Okay, anyway. Cool, cool. You see that? We did a pretty good job there. If I miss something, it's not the end of the world, but I did a pretty good job of collecting everything. So Crusher, right? And it gives us, this is the stuff I really want. So I take this stuff, it's like, I lock it in here, right? Really. I lock it in there. Or, in the lab too. Here's what I don't know if I'm just speaking out of turn, but like this right here. So thickener. To make sturdy wood, you need wood and thickener, right? Well, look, it takes unstable chemicals, zinc, and resin. Well, zinc is in the storage boxes, but unstable chemical and resin is made here, right? There's unstable chemical, there's resin. So you got to make one, right? One in there. Then you come over to workbench 2 and you go to here, and then that's where you use your thickener. So what was that noise? What I'm getting at is I got to make something here and then here, or both smelters and then here, or even you have to do like these bolts, right? I have to make bolts on that workbench to come to make the sturdy bolts, plus I need to use smelter 2, and if I didn't have any iron, I have to use smelter 1, then smelter 2 to make steel, and then steel bar and bolts off of workbench 1 to workbench 2. You guys, I know I'm I'm repeating myself, but I think that's what people were talking about the monotony of it. Let's just see where he's at. So his effects or perks right now is chef. Reduce cooking time by 10% and reduce fuel cost by 10%. That's his perks. Nothing in effects. And it says give item. He only wants these mushrooms. Ruffalimo's favorite food. I don't even know what those are. I don't know what those are. I'm thinking they might be out on these islands or whatever, you know? That's what I'm thinking. So I used to jump off, and sometimes I do, like, I can kind of see, you know, you kind of see, I'm like, all right, well, I'll jump off and get this stuff. I got time. If I'm working one side, and as I'm out here, I'm looking underneath and above and on the other side. Because if I see like a group of stuff, like see there's 2, 3, 4, 5 things down here, I got to keep that in mind if I'm going to stop the train. And once I get out of position like I am right now, I'll look around real quick and I'll look back and then look forward again. And that allows me to kind of keep moving. I do like stopping, but it gets old stopping all the time. Something up there. Now, if it's something like I see up there is ice, I'm like, well, I see it. It's not number 1 on my list, but I do see it. So if I make it over here, fine. And then again, looking back, that's just one of those. If it's something like the organics or ice, I don't worry about going back after it. Because honestly, right now, as of right now, I'm not finding a huge use for them. It's nice having a couple of chests full of them, and then once I know I'm there, I don't worry too much about it. But things like log, scrap, zinc, chemical, for show. See, I've been moving pretty good for a while here. Gotta watch out for mines. I shot pretty far ahead. Hey! I was a little too close, I guess. Little too close for comfort, you say? I'm enjoying the game. I'm trying to make it as enjoyable for you guys as I can by understanding that watching the same thing over and over again might get boring. So I'm trying to get to the point where maybe we have the ability to use the rings or the winches or whatever they are to get to other areas. By the way, the depot areas, so far, like what it's been doing lately is there's one of those blockages on every one now. And that's where I actually died. It was at a blockage. And they're a lot of bad dudes at the depots now, like a lot. So yeah, you gotta get your fight on pretty good. Okay, I want that coal up there for sure. See, ice and organic resin, or whatever they call it, the stuff you can eat. Oh, that's chemical. I don't want to miss that. And all right, so I've been pushing for a little bit here. Yeah, see this? I can't afford to miss 2 chemicals, 3 chemicals, scrap. Yeah, you can only go far until you're... Look at all that chemical I was missing. That stuff, I actually won't be able to get to those unless I back up. That one's too far back. Oh my god, there's one up there too. And wood. Wow, you can't... I can't afford to miss that kind of stuff. I'm telling you. I thought I was beasting. I had this thing full of chemical, right? Like almost like it is. And this half full. And just in one of those like breaks I talked about sitting here and making all this, dude, it was gone. You make charcoal, chemical gone. You make copper, which everything wants to be copper now, chemical gone. You make those unstable chemicals for all the different pastes and stuff that are in here now, chemical gone. It's a very highly used thing now, so. I started just like using my grappling hook on that stuff while I'm swimming around because the gun takes so long to whip it out, you know? You gotta whip it out, baby. I like the game. What do you guys think about the game? I tell you, I was trying to tell you exactly what I felt. I was a little embarrassed that talking about that I didn't know this game released in 2021 on Epic Games. I was a little embarrassed that I didn't know, but whatever. But I was more like pissed off. I'm like, dang it, man. Seriously, like, I'm so sick of that. I get Xbox versus PlayStation, okay? I get that. These are companies that are, they sell hardware. They want you to be on their platform. I get that. I get it. I'm not going to argue that. I understand. You know, they both have really good exclusives. But when it comes to PC games, get out of here. Epic came in and they played, I guess you could say they played the good business game, you know. They're like, well, we won't take as much cut as Steam does, right? And you give us exclusives. Like, yeah, everything's not as cut and dry as you guys think. You just leave it at that. Big companies, big countries, air quote, countries that own that have that kind of money. Yeah, I think I should just stop talking now about it because I'm just gonna get mad again. Anyway, that's how I was feeling about it, but I'm over it. Get out of here, leech! Oh, I had 1 bullet left. Oh, hit by a leech. I guess the mines are back, huh? Don't mind me. I found a mine, like, hiding in behind the rocks. As I went by, it wanted to suck over. Like, dude, that's not cool. You don't hide mines. Oh, double blow. Double blow is always good. All right, so let's get some more stuff. Hey, okay, I was gonna say, did I got in such a gunfight that I had an extra plate carrier with me, or plate I put in my suit, and I had an extra box of bullets I had to whip out. Like, dude, yeah, it was serious. Didn't I just see a scrap piece here? God, I gotta move forward just a little bit. All right, we'll move forward a little bit. We got this stuff here, the scrap over here, some fat over there. That fat was from killing the leech. A lot of stuff down here. Go out of my way to get the... Oh, no! Did not see that one. Told you it keeps you on your toes if you're cruising around your thingy. I was down below. I may have missed some stuff on this side. Just double checking. It doesn't take long to stop and go again. While I'm here, I need to handle this coal business. Okay. That's full. That's good. That one is all full. That one's full, which is good. I need more wood, that's for certain. Leather. Okay. This guy down here. That's full. Okay. This guy. That's full. And for now, I will throw... See, what I'm getting at? It's now time to melt some scrap down. I'm at that point that I'm overflowing my one compartment of scrap. So it's time to melt some scrap. All right. Ice. Ice. Zinc. Ice and zinc. I really want to like see what this whole idea of exploring another, like that island right there. That one's actually really close. You can actually see some definition. I don't know what's over there or if that's actually where I get to go to, but allegedly. See, there's like 3 or 4 zinc right here. So zinc didn't end up being as, it didn't seem to be as, whatchamacallit, rare as I thought it was. All right, so I think this one's empty, yeah. Start throwing some stuff in there. I'm gonna eat that. And see, the beauty of these things, like, I can just eat them. Just eat them. And then the fat I just been using to burn. Like, maybe there's a... Oh, by the way, I finally got some seeds from a slot machine. Right, with the tokens? Just at the last depot, I got 2 bags of seeds. So you plant a bag of seeds, it takes like 180 seconds, I think. And it gives you three of those little organic thingies that I just ate right here. Like, what? Like, why would I want to do that, you know? Oh, there's a whole bunch here. I think there was stuff down here, wasn't it? Oh, shoot. I'm going past it all. I got all crazy. I got a little crazy. So also when I hit the depots, I'll put my grappling hook away and grab a shotgun. So I have a rifle and a shotgun and my pistol. And I just started doing that because I'm telling you guys, those places, they're pretty full. And each of the depot ones, not the blockades, but the depot ones, have had bosses in them. And when I say boss, they just have that progress bar above their head. But they take a lot of bullets. They take a lot of bullets, man. Get to that guy. Come on. Ah, just out of reach. All right, anyway, there was stuff down here I was missing. But you can see how I've come to find out that it's very important to get everything. Because, wow, you can't just go, oh, that's just wood, you know. Especially the wood. I can have all the scrap in the world, and I can't do anything without coal or charcoal or wood. See, this is the part I'm talking about. The rope gets hung up. See how it's hung up? So you can either jump back on the train and run to the back of the train and then jump off, and now it resets the rope. Sometimes you can go all the way up, or if you cross under the train, that helps too. It's a little annoying, but you know, you get used to it. See, now I'm holding F. It just kind of pulls you back. I don't know what the story with that is. All right, put some of that away. Put the wood away. The reason I dump this stuff is I swear sometimes I get like on a roll. I got that there. I get on a roll of collecting, and before I know it, I'm full. And I got to stop, and I don't know, whatever. You know, I'm weird. You guys know I'm weird, so deal with it. And see, that's ice up there. That's scrap right there. Definitely missed that piece. There was this chemical I couldn't reach. Hiya! Usually when there's stuff above, there's nothing below. When there's stuff below, there's nothing above. Getting zinc for days. So zinc actually is used in a couple of ways. One, to make brass ingots, but also it's used in some of the Workbench 2 stuff as outright just using zinc with it. So you do need a lot of that. I mean, I was so close to those things, I could have just hit E, but just sometimes glance back, because with this long of a train, I have time to hit the brakes and go back. But look at this. This is ice, 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 organics, ice. I need coal, man. So far we've got 6 coal from this. Wait. 3 coal. Wait, no. I must have put the coal somewhere. Oh, I put it in the machine already. 6 coal so far. That's nothing. That's not enough. You're like, well, see that wood back there I missed? What was that? That sounded like an explosion that I missed over here. Like a mine. And you can't go straight up, so you got to jump off the side to go up. All right. We're doing good. We're doing good. I like it. I say that, and then before you know it, all these resources, all these chests will be empty. Like, I'll stop, and I'm like, all right, look, I'm going to build all of that stuff. And then I'm going to build all of that stuff, and I'm going to get to the next phase. And what I try and do, my routine is, the last 2 tracks, we'll call these sections between depots tracks, because I think they're calling it that. There's been a blockade on the last 2 tracks, right? So at the blockade is when I do a lot of my stuff. Then I got the whole second half to collect again, because I want to be ready in the depot in case there's something in there I want to build and I need all these parts. I don't want to use them up all out here, because at the depot is the only time you can build things like that building or more carts. And it takes a lot to build those. Well, you know, a fair amount of stuff. I did notice you can pull through those things. I got stuck in between right there, in the ram and the front of the train. I got stuck in there. I thought I was glitched, but I was able to get out somehow, but it took a minute. I don't want to go back in there and show you, so just trust me. I got stuck. When you're collecting on the, you can't hit E when you're sucking something in, so I just got used to using this guy. All right, here's a depot. It was good timing. Somebody said jump off and go down in those areas. So this is exactly the kind of depot I died at before. They crossed that bridge up there. There's really no place to hide. Nothing else I can offload in there. I just need to, I'm going to build this up to full. Alright, so we want to take, we'll take this shotgun, put that in there and that in there. So we got this shotgun now. And I've got ice. Did I really collect ice? So you got to crush this, because you saw, like, when I have coal, if I see, sometimes it's dark, I'll lose my coal and end up collecting the ice. Now, one gun that might be good here, like to hit the guys up there, even though it doesn't have a sight on it, is this one. Sharp-eyed enhancer. I'll just real quick put this on. I'll show you guys. It's kind of like, I don't know, it just feels like a sniper rifle. I stopped this far back and yeah, you see, you can see them there. Those two guys are dead. Only 9 bullets, 2 in the magazine, even though it looks like a round drum magazine. Makes you think it's like a sniper. 3 guys dead. Last time I had one of these bridges, there was like, I don't know, a couple guys there, a couple guys there, 2 or 3 crossing the bridge. This thing I did find, and you guys have probably been telling me this, but you know those things that get picked up, like the different magazines, and I'm like, well, that one sucks. That one doesn't do anything. Not true. You got to look close. Some of them are like melee enhancers. But this one here, it's talked about like after a crit or after so many consecutive hits, the bullet will explode on them, and you saw it explode on that guy. A little bit hard to see. I'm taking health damage. They're shooting my engine now. Really need a sight. These irons are hard to see at range. Man, I can't see that guy at all. Oh, he's really putting the hurt on me too. Some auto heal going. He's dead. Alright, we'll push in now. So that gun, I feel like that gun's pretty good for range, you know? Oh, I forgot how to do that. Separate one. My health is back up because I ate that ice. Take this guy and we'll apply it so we got our armor back on. $75 bullets in this. So I don't know if that other one shares the bullets with this one. I killed a fair amount of dudes. There's a possibility that there's none left, but I've never tried to run into that thing. I'm not going to start now. It's a shotgun. Here's my shotgun. Kamchatka. That's a boss. That's a boss, I think. He's taking a lot of damage. But I don't see a thing over his head. He's taking all that. There's a blue thingy up there. Anyway, you got to look closer at the verbiage on those things, and I have been. I know I haven't been talking about it, but I glance at them. But I did pick up one for that sniper, what I'm calling my sniper rifle. That, yeah, it's a boss. You could see there his thing over his head. Is he kneeling right there? Did he walk back down? Oh, he walked down. Wonder if he can come out on my train. This is what I was doing and not watching my health, and that's how I died. That guy's no joke. That's a lot, like I said, a lot of bullets, so got some bullets back. There's been a few updates, and one of the updates said make it easier to pick things up. Well, that update didn't work so good. Token and... oh, there's a gun right there. Sharp-eyed tornado. Low damage. Looked like a front of a Thompson, doesn't it? Looks like the front of a Thompson. I know I saw a blue thing up here. Hopefully it's still up here. There's ammo there. Actually, let's just go ahead and get that now. It's a blue magazine. All right, where's that guy at? Come across that bridge and let's talk shotgun shop talk. Oh, another gun. That one's cool looking. So one spot left. You can see the guns take that's 6 spots, but that's okay. I've been collecting guns. I felt bad about dumping a lot of that stuff, but that stuff early on, and it's when it's white, you know, the white, oh, you know, the color grades that they do. Like this thing here is blue. I don't know if you can see around it. It's blue. This one's green. This one's green. This one's green. This one's white. It's just like any other game. The color grades are better as you increase. Beep. Beep, beep. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. Anyway, I think I've pretty much covered like all the stuff I wanted to make sure to pass on to you guys that I've kind of learned. Sometimes you don't, yeah, see there's a gun right there. Sometimes you don't see everything. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stay here for a little bit. I got to go through all of this stuff. So number one, I'm going to put my, well, I can't do that yet. And I had this thing as my spares for like parts. So when I come back with all these guns and trying to figure out exactly what to do with my full inventory, I have a place, but I've filled up. So anyway, like I said, that's all the information. Hopefully it makes the game a little bit more intriguing for you guys to continue to watch. I'm going to do some melting of stuff, try and improve that research a little bit, pick up those other guns. And I'll catch up with you all in the next episode. Thanks for watching.